What's going on, y'all? Look, we back. Another episode, man. I'm trying to do something different, man. I'm trying to keep interviewing amazing people out here in the five boroughs doing their thing. And I gotta get my boy Big Tyme, but you gotta call him GODBABY now, man. He doing his thing, man. Artist, visionary. How you feeling, King? How you
I'm doing
feeling?
well, Brody. What's
You
good?
alright?
What's the word? How you feeling?
Alright, man. Look, we gonna get right into it. We ain't gonna wait.
Yes, sir.
What's your name and where you from? And give people just a little, a little background on who you are, man.
So I'm GODBABY, better known as Big Tyme. I'm from Harlem, St. Nick Projects to be exact. Um, I grew up in Harlem. I come from a musical family. Um, I've been doing music for a long time.
Forever, man.
Yeah,
What was it like growing up in Harlem? Like, tell us a little bit about your family background. Like, how did you grow up? You had the moms and pops in the household. What was that like from the
So
start?
my mother and my father weren't together, but they had a great co-parenting relationship.
Fire.
So I always had my father in my life, and my pop's family is pretty much raising me. My mother, of course, but my father's family was like very instrumental in raising me and teaching me like a lot of things, as well as my mom's family. Unfortunately, a lot of my mom's family was dead. You know what I'm saying? From my mom's side, I got my two uncles, and her mother was gone, her grandmother was gone. I had an aunt, she passed when I was younger. So mostly like as far as like a family base, like I learned that from my father's side of the family and from my mother and my father.
Your mom's from Harlem too?
My mom's from Queens, actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know
Hmm.
that. All right. So your pops is the one that's from the Nick.
Yeah, my pop's from the Nick.
All right.
Yeah.
So most of your childhood was spent in Harlem.
Yeah, most of my childhood was spent in Harlem. All of my schools, I probably went to like one school in Queens, like kindergarten, I think. But from there, I did 92, like first and second grade. And I remember I had this teacher, Miss Bess. I still remember her. Miss Bess was like, "Y'all got to get him up out of here. Like he's too smart to be here. He
Fine.
can't be here." And from there, I went to St. Joe's, and so on and so forth. Man, I wound up going to Choir Academy. That played a big part in
Salute
my
the
life.
choir, man. Yo,
Yeah, that
Choir
shit.
Academy was a fire school.
That shit played a big part in enhancing me musically and just teaching me different things. Like I didn't even realize it really until I got older. Like I really didn't realize it until I got older. Like I mean, I was in 8th grade. I got there in 8th grade, and bro, I'm singing in German,
Ooh.
in Italian, Mozart, Bach. I
Fire.
still know it to memory.
Damn, is Choir Academy still open?
I believe so. I don't know if it's still choir.
Oh, okay. Nah,
But-
we need that back, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, y'all got kids growing up in Harlem getting that good.
Black kids,
Rooted
man,
music,
learning how to,
like-
yo, bro, Mozart, bro. Like I still
That's why.
know that till this day. Like I could do movements of Bach, movements of Mozart from memory, bro.
Yeah, we need more programs like that. Just overall musical programs starting from the ground roots. I think a lot of these kids growing up in the trenches, if you taught them how to really develop
There's not
music.
enough options.
Come on, because most of it started in church, and right now church is not. You don't have that many young people going to church anymore. So, how are people learning that core music, the instruments? Like they talk about it all the time. Like people making beats, they pressing buttons. You know what I mean? They're not really playing the piano, then going to the trumpet, and then recording everything and making that beat. So that's dope, man. So, what's one thing you appreciated about your childhood growing up in Harlem?
One thing, damn, that's a good question. I think just the atmosphere, man. Like growing up in the people I was able to meet, like my father, his friends, the people that he grew up with. A lot of the characters in Saint Nick is like coming from that time period, coming from the '90s to now. It was just so different. Like it was just so different. The people that I came in contact with, the stature of some of these guys, and one thing I noticed, like Bad News, Beloved, for example, like
I had him on the
growing
show.
up around Beloved when I was younger, like these dudes was like some of the wildest dudes. Like some of the these dudes was real gangsters, and bro, they would kick it with me, like on some real positive PG-13 shit. Like, they didn't allow certain. I never knew of. Like, when I remember one time being younger and Beloved got shot, he was in a wheelchair. Like, that shit broke my heart.
Yeah.
Like, I'm young, I don't understand this. Like, this nigga used to pick me up, throw me on the floor, rag me around, like, talk to me about science.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know, like, the original Bad News Scott. That's like my uncle. Like, I didn't know who Scott was. This is my uncle. I'm just.
Your real uncle.
Where's Uncle Scotty? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it to hear about who he was in the streets later, but the character that they showed me, bro, like, bro, these men were like the most loving, respectful, gentle. Styles P, a gangster and a gentleman, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like, real shit.
They say like most gangsters really be good family men, care about the community, all that type of stuff, man. And that's to me, that's like, we see that a lot growing up in Harlem, especially in our neighborhood, man.
Hell
You've been around a lot of great people, and it's funny because like
positive men, like good male, a lot of good male characters. Like, all of my pops friends took care of their kids. Like, a lot of those rhetorics that people say about like I couldn't get one under that. Like, I had an uncle, I had my father, I had my father's friends. Like, everybody that my pops surrounded himself with was good money, was damn near good role models. And anything they was doing negative, I didn't even know about it.
Crazy. And that's how it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, bro, my uncle smoked heavy weed. When I was younger, I couldn't even picture him smoking. He used to send me out of the park when he smoked.
And yo, look, y'all take notes, man, because I was in the park the other day with my daughter, bro, and it wasn't even like no teenagers. I grab my daughter and walk off. It was dudes looking like me, bro, pulling up, sitting on the bench. They started smoking. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you don't got enough respect just to see. You know what I mean? Even some fathers doing their thing. I'm a young father doing my thing, bro. You should just look at me and be like, I'm going to give him this moment of peace right now to chill with his daughter. You blow the smoke. We smell it. I know. You know, I got a 4-year-old. She going to ask, like, what's that? You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, come on. Don't do that in the park, man. You got to stop doing that, man. Shout out to the dudes in the 90s for even, like, you know, having that perspective. Like, yo, you know, nephew, go over there. We going, shit is crazy, man. But
that's a fact, bro. Thinking
about music, man, like, where did your love for music start?
Oh, so my family was musicians, are musicians. My uncle was a part of Rexx in Effect, and he grew up with Teddy Riley. So I had a lot of time being around Teddy Riley, being around my uncle, of course, and he was like, he was just my biggest inspiration with music. It was just a natural thing. Like, I can't even tell you when. I always was writing raps. Like, from the point, my pops tells me, he said I made my first song when I was 3, and he remembers it. I think it was like called Hot Fire or something. And he's like, yo, you remember? He used to say it to me when I was in my 20s. Like, yo, you remember Hot Fire? Like, no, I don't remember Hot Fire, bro. Like, I don't remember that. Like, but I remembered one time my uncle wanted me to record a hook. It was like they wanted a kid saying the hook. I'm like, I couldn't wait. Like, what? Like, I got my shot. Like, I'm ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember other times where, like, my pop's friends, they knew I rapped when I was young. I'm talking about, like, under 10, 5, 6, 4s, all types of these numbers. And they'd be like, yo, my Uncle Dink, he used to be like, yo, let me hear something, Boogaloo. He used to call me Big Tyme Boogaloo. And he used to be like, yo, let me hear something. And I used to get shy. He'd like, stop acting like that. Like, and then, like, I'll spit something, let him hear it. So I always have been around that. My uncles were Rexx in Effect, my Uncle Arkell, my Uncle B Dogs.
Salute, man.
Markel, Teddy. And it was just being around that. Like, one summer, I think I was in 7th grade. I think I was in 6th grade. It was like an opportunity for me to go to VA, record some songs with Ted. This is my first time doing a reference track. I never knew what a reference track was. And it was a song that was written. I had to learn the song and then rap the song, because I guess they wanted to, I don't know, they were shopping it. They were shopping it to a kid. They wanted to hear a kid say it. And I wanted to write my own verse. Like, and I was just like really gung-ho about it. And they're like, I had spit your verse too. Like, spit your verse too. So I wound up spitting my verse, and they was like, you ain't write that verse. Like, who wrote this verse? And my uncle like, yo, he wrote that. Like, ain't nobody helping him with his raps. Like, so that was like, that was crazy. Like, and I remember this time, Ted being in the city, and we went to, he had a tour bus. We went on a tour bus, and he had on a black diamond Yankee sign. It was my first time seeing black diamonds. And these shits was big, like how Birdman diamonds be.
Now, y'all know. Y'all people watch. Y'all know Teddy Riley had it, man.
Yo, this is before Birdman didn't have no shit like this at that time. Like, I'm talking about these shits was like this big, like big ass stones. Like, I'm like, and these shits was like busting. I never had seen no shit like that, like a black diamond. And I was just like, oh shit. And got to spit some shit for him. So it was just times like that. And then my uncle just like always, when I was a kid, he'd be making beats like full blast. And I'm in the living room sleeping with him. Yeah.
Fire.
And the Jacks 3F. Like, and I'm in the living room sleeping through that shit. Like, and this is all shit that just has been told to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm one of them kids that was like, I was kind of like damn near like a prophet. Like, my family
you a hip hop baby for real, man.
Yeah, like they knew. And it's crazy because it's not really about music, bro. Like, it's like my brain, I was a gifted child. Like, I was really gifted. Like, GODBABY, bro. Like, I had a way with words. Like, even to this day, like, I had to realize what I have is called echoic memory. So anything that I hear, I can remember. So before, like, nowadays, kids know all the lyrics to the songs. When I was 3 and I knew all the lyrics to the songs, it was like, this kid is a freak. Like, how do he know this? Like, I'm spitting Ghetto Boys top to bottom. Like, I'm spitting Bone Thugs and Harmony.
And I'm gonna give you even more credit. A lot of, like, these kids don't really, like, they don't be knowing the songs like that. Like, they, like, spit that, what that mean? Or the song's a little easier. Like, you spitting Ghetto Boys and all of that.
I couldn't even rap it incorrectly. My uncle would be like whenever he heard me rapping a song and I was saying the words or something wrong, he would correct me and tell me, no, say it how you hear them say it.
Oh.
But I didn't even know the nigga was
he was you flow, like a flow.
So now
flow training.
I'm hearing this shit and I'm spitting it exactly how they spitting it, right? But I'm listening to fucking Eminem. I'm listening to Jay-Z. Like, anything I listen, even to R&B, that's how I learned how to sing. Because I'm mimicking the shit. And I had echoic memory. Remember I told you I got echoic memory. So once he told me that, now I'm just mimicking the sounds that I hear and memorizing the shit. So it's like, and that shit transferred over into like numbers. Like, I feel like I'm a little under having photographic memory. Or if I trained it more, I would have photographic memory. Like, I could look at a license plate and memorize the shit. I could look at a credit card number and memorize the shit. But anything sound, like if you say the number to me, like if you say your social, I know that shit. It's quiet. We're going to run it up on you.
You remind me of like what an artist is supposed to be.
Like what it used to be.
Even growing up around you, I'm like, it makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, you one of those type of people for real. And I want to stop the podcast for a minute just to salute Rexx in Effect and salute Teddy Riley, man, for real, man. Y'all did some wonderful things for not just our neighborhood, Harlem, the world, you know what I mean?
That was on.
Yeah, I remember my aunt always used to tell me a story. Like, my aunt, shout out to Quay, my aunt Erica, she was in, just shake your all I wanna do. She was in the video and my mom's always just tell me about, because you know she in the same age group as older than them, and the wave that they had because of Teddy Riley and Rexx Effect, like they put the hood on the map so long ago. And you know, I just wanted to take some time out to really salute Teddy Riley and Rexx Effect for everything y'all did for hip hop, for Harlem, for the community, man. Salute. And we got, you know, nephew.
And just to put it in a little perspective of how big they actually were, this is before Diddy. Like, Diddy used to run up to either, like, these are stories that's being told to me. Diddy used to run up to either Ted's car or my uncle's car and say that, yo, I'm trying to be like you.
Because he was a dancer. He was a dancer at the time.
Hov looked up to my uncle. He modeled flows after my uncle. He actually has mentioned him in multiple raps. So it's like, I remember being young and somebody telling me that, like, bro, Hov, like me saying Hov my favorite rapper, and they're like, Hov rap like your uncle. And I'm like, come on, y'all doing too much. Like, I love him too, but come on now, Hov. And then like, he mentioned them in the rap. So I'm like, when?
What
So
song
I had
was
to
that?
go. I gotta check the song. The lyric is, and I kill like that check baby 1-2 cat. Yeah, I do that. My uncle's name is I kill.
Check maybe one.
So the nigga said I kill like that check baby 1-2 cat. Yeah, I do that. And that's one of his songs in the 90s. Like that was one of his lit songs. Like my uncle was kind of in the background at that point, and it was still like prevalently known that this guy was a spitter. Like, you know what I'm saying? With the Rexx and Effect music, I don't think he never really got to show like to the masses certain things. Like my uncle wrote for Michael Jackson.
Oof.
Like, you understand? Like he wrote for Michael Jackson.
Cause I know Teddy Riley produced for one, so I'm putting two together.
Like,
like if you work for
Michael, I grew up around plaques. Like I was walking around in my shitty diaper past Michael Jackson plaques. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Rum
like,
Shaker,
not understanding this shit.
New
like,
Jack Swing,
Bobby Brown plaque on the wall.
Crazy.
Like, you feel me? Like I'm seeing this shit. Like I'm like, oh shit. Like these are platinum plaques. Like they went platinum multiple times.
And that's a big reason why, like, every time, you know what I mean, when I heard your music and I seen what you was doing and I listened to the stories my mom's tell me about Rexx and Effects and all that, like, I was always looking at you, even when I was younger and y'all was doing your thing, GMB, I'm like, yo, time is going to blow. Because of the story, the background. I love hip-hop so much that I'm studying what's going on around me in my community, and I was looking at you, I'm like, yo, he got it, you know what I mean? Because it just makes sense, you know what I mean? So we gonna keep it going. What was one of the biggest challenges as a artist in Harlem? You know, just trying to be seen, trying to be heard, knowing you gifted, knowing you got it. What were some of the challenges you faced just trying to get out there?
This shit in Harlem is like, it's still like this now. It's like a popularity contest. It's like a first of all, in New York, I feel like this is one of the hardest places
To make it.
to make it and to have fans because everybody is too good to be a fan.
You make it here,
So
you can make it anywhere. That's why they say that.
Undercover love. Then on top of that, I was from the Nick. So once we formed GMB, it was like a lot of fear. Like, and we was the cool niggas from the Nick. Like, we wasn't trying to bully nobody, but where we came from was so treacherous. Niggas was not with it. Like, niggas wasn't with it, bro. It was a lot of fear. And I just think, I think some of the outlets, music shifting. So even like a lot of times, like people would always ask me like, oh, why didn't your uncle do this? Or like, why they don't? Music was shifting to a different type of game. So it may have been things that he wasn't necessarily privy to. You know what I'm saying? It was a different, from the 90s to the 2000s. Like I'm not going to be a grown man until I'm in the 2000s. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that the outlets, like as an artist, and the internet stuff was just really getting big. So like we was like ground floor, like printing t-shirts all over the place, like different shit like that. And it had an impact, but I just always feel like, no funny shit, I think it just was like a lot of hate. I think it was like a lot of hate. And I think that sometimes made us be inconsistent. Like sometimes, but I always tell artists, make sure you're releasing your music. Like, fuck the views, fuck how many people is gonna like it. Release the music consistently. Fact. Because you're gonna build a base. Like, it's so many times I see people that are way less talented than me that may get more views, more listens, more interaction. And I'm just looking at the shit like, yo, this shit is hilarious. Like, this shit is doo-doo. Like, this nigga is mad average. I'll smoke his boots.
Facts.
You feel me? But the nigga put out 200 average songs. So now I gotta think, damn, if I would have put out 200 of my songs, maybe... So I always say you have to be consistent. Yes, you switch things up when things are not working, but you have to be consistent. It was a point in time where I didn't want to drop music because I wasn't getting the attention I wanted. So I figured, like, I'm going to save the music and wait and garner the attention other ways and different things of that nature. But I think it's always it's detrimental to be consistent in whatever you're doing. And if it's something like music or content, you have to create the content. You have to put it out. You have to put it out. You can't hold it. You don't wait for the right time. You have to put it out.
That
you have
consistency.
It
Man,
beats everything.
So you mentioned GMB, you know what I mean? Like growing up, you know, coming from the Nick, you know what I mean? Like in my era, y'all was the dudes that was doing it, you know what I mean? Had the CDs, like I'm tight, cause today I had a classic GMB CD and I wanted to bring it, you know what I mean?
Shits, bro.
Yo, I got it. So when we do my editing, I'm putting that up there, but y'all was doing y'all thing, man, and
hell yeah.
we just want like tell the people a little bit that might not know, just a little bit about. Just give us two highs when y'all was doing y'all thing, GMB, like some of the, you know, Max B stories, Harlem y'all, like y'all got some stories, and I'm gonna give us two highs and then give us two lows about, you know, the formulating the group. Shout out to Reels, shout out to P, Fettuccine P, you know what I mean? But with P,
facts,
Tom, Reels, y'all all had your own different styles, your own different flows, and y'all came together and made a phenomenal group. And I still think y'all one of the greatest groups in Harlem. Feel me? So
hell yeah.
We need a GMB album on the streaming platform. We talk that later.
Like
though.
One thing, hell yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. One thing that's beautiful, I feel like the inspiration that we provided, you could see it in my hood. Like any young dude that's rapping in my hood, or that's they could use us for some type of blueprint. They've been influenced by us in some kind of way.
Chi-Chi, matter of fact, I know on the streaming platform it's Chi-Chi now, man. Chi-Chi.
For these young dudes, I mean, a lot of them like came up under us in the way of us like putting them on the shit. Like if they putting them in the studio, but we always support
I seen it.
The young homies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I always wish it was more I could do. Like if I could pull a string to get one of them through that door, I would do it before I do it for me GMB, right now at this point.
What was one of those high moments where you felt like when y'all was all together, like, yo, it was just that feeling like, yo, this is one of those moments right here?
Man, it was just so many. Like, I mean, bro, we used to have 20, 30 dudes in GMB shirts mobbing through Harlem, bro. Like, we going to Kingdom, we going to different places, performing. Definitely, like, you know, one of the wildest moments is gonna be us linking up with Max B. That was crazy. That was at the Heaters beef with Jim Jones. Like, I remember being in fucking Brooklyn. I'm probably like fucking 17, 18, soaking wet, and Jim Goons pull up to the show. They trying to stop Max from performing. Niggas is throwing chairs, bottles, tables. We little young dumb niggas, we trying to throw bottles too. They like, no, y'all bugging out. Y'all parents will kill me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Max niggas, these niggas made a wall around us. Like,
crazy.
Or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So how y'all end up being managed by Harlem?
Gillette saw us in a I think we was at PJ's. I think we was performing at PJ's one time. And Gillette saw us, and she's like, yo, I want to manage y'all. I manage Max B, yada, yada, yada. And we like, all right, like, give us your information. Like, so then she was like running down on us. And she was the first person that really like invested into us. She was the first person that
put money into it.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? She was paying for our studio time. Like, Gillette was booking shows. She was doing a lot of things. And yo, she really put her best foot forward. I always feel like she was a bit older, and it was things that she didn't know. And the same with us, it was this. There's always something you don't know when it comes to music business, bro. Like, you can burn a hole into your pocket because there's so many options of what you're gonna do for your marketing, what you're gonna do for your streaming, There's so many different options of where you can spend money, where you can invest money. So, like, I always feel like if she would have known or have had someone guide her more, she could have got us to the
would have been there, yeah.
Because she was with the shits, bro. Like, she was with it. She was with the shits, bro. Like, she was going hard for us. And she was like a mother character. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was just always there for us. Like, mad times talking to Gillette about family shit and her grooming me and telling me certain things and putting me on the things, man.
I'm gonna pay respect to her right now too.
Yo, man, R.I.P. Lele. Like,
rest in peace.
It's crazy. When she passed, I was in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta. I was in the studio when I found out she passed, and it was crazy because we hadn't spoken in a while. We was always on good terms, and we would speak in passing and different things of that nature. But I hadn't spoken to her in a while, and like I remember seeing it, and you know, like I'm so numb to death, bro. Like I've had so much experience with death since I was younger that it's like it hits me in different ways sometimes. And it was one of those times where I couldn't react to it at first, right? And then, bro, I'm just sitting later the same day. Later, I'm sitting there. Yeah, bro, I'm thinking about her. Yeah, bro, breaking down, bawling like a child.
Dang.
Out of nowhere, bro, I just started thinking about all of this shit with her. I was in Atlanta working on a musical opportunity, and I just had all these different emotions, man, and that shit broke me, man. Like, that shit broke me. Word,
Yeah,
that lady.
I remember a video shoot y'all was doing. I think it was like 31st and 8th. Y'all might have been in the Maybach or something. Like, yeah, I remember. And
yeah, I think we bought the
y'all was out there, Phantom something. That's what I'm saying.
That's what that end. Yeah,
I remember, man.
She
so
Phantoms for niggas.
I understand, son. That
she was going hard, bro. And then, like I said, like it was just like, bro, she bought all the studio. Like it was to the point where, like I said, like if we would have known more, and she would have known more, because it was like she saw like we was recording in my uncle's studio. We used to get banned from the studio. That's some funny shit.
Really?
Like, so that you asked what one is the low point. So like this is not a low, but this funny. We young niggas, like, you feel me? Let's not forget about Ice. Ice was a part of GMB, one of the founders
salute,
of GMB.
Rich Ice, man. You already know.
Let's not forget about Ice. You feel me? And Fly. Shout out my boy Fly.
Fly, you know that.
They was younger. They was a little younger. So it was like when we start really trying to get out there. We trying to go do like, we already fucking 18 and we can't get it. These niggas is like 15, 14, like, you feel me? So they couldn't get into certain shit, and then we wound up meeting Chi later. Chi wound up being in the shit. They wound up formulating Icy Gang, and niggas just mobbed like that.
Nikki D is Chi moms.
Nikki D is Chi moms.
She's like, a hip hop legend.
Like,
it's a lot going on in this story.
Yo,
man.
this shit is crazy.
Y'all.
Like, this shit is really crazy. So we used to be in my uncle's studio, and like, we young niggas, we going outside to smoke, and whole shit smell like weed. I'm fucking leaning on the walls. I'm a big nigga. I'm dead in the fucking wall. This shit is like a studio made wall, so it's not like, you know, it's just plywood. I did the shit in, like, just little shit, breaking shit. You know what I'm saying? Using up all the blank CDs, never buying that. We in that shit bugging out, bro. Like, you feel me? This shit went from me having access to, nigga, the whole hood is in the studio. This shit is a personal, this shit is smaller than this room right here. Like, you feel me? We on Digio toolboard, Newman mic.
Oh,
we don't know we on $3,000 mic. Niggas in this shit. Bro, man. We getting banned from the studio. This is before Diddy making a band, nigga. We getting banned from the studio, nigga. Like, it's quiet, so I can't come back. Then it start being banned, GMB bands. No GMB members can be here.
It's crazy. Now, yo, what about, you know what I mean, Mase? Because y'all also was known for working with Mase. So, you know, Mase eventually, you know, 5-year foreign. You know, he had that whole viral story where he felt like he, you know, did certain things. But for me, when I called when a 5-year foreign story, I'm like, hold on, before that, I know my guys is working with me, so give us a little story about that.
I was working with that nigga before us, but we definitely, yeah, hell yeah. But long story short, White Bread, is from the Nick. Mase and White is good friends, and Mase was looking for artists. White brought us to the table, and we started rocking from there. Actually, I think Reels was rocking with him first. I think him and Reels started building. And yo, that's the craziest shit, because we all got our own relationship with Mase.
Crazy.
Like, Chi-Chi's literally signed to him right now.
Right now, yeah.
I still do business with him from time to time. And Reels was working with him at a point in time. And he even tried to work with us all as a group.
Fire.
A lot of times, it's just timing with situations. Like, I love Mase. I feel like it, at various points, like the first point, he wasn't at the forefront of music. You know what I'm saying? So even like with the Fabio situation, like the people in the music industry, they against a person like Mase.
Yeah.
Cause Mase knows all of the shit. All the shit for you not to do, for you to do. So like even with the situation with Favi, right? If you listen to Favi explain the deal, they went 50-50 on a check and Favi got his publishing.
Right.
So a nigga might say, oh, why you had to take 50% of the money? Nigga, you got your pub.
Right.
Like, niggas don't get their publishing.
At all.
Like, and he probably signed another deal, like when he signed to another major, to sign that shit away. But from that initial deal, you don't get no deals like that. Like,
so did y'all have a deal with Mase?
No, we never did. I never signed the deal with Mase. I did some songwriting. I did some songwriting for Mase or for Mase's company, you know what I'm saying? And shout outs to him, like he put some bread in my pocket on the writing tip. And that was beautiful. And then he was just like for me personally, mentor, like, you know what I'm saying?
Fine.
Like I was in Atlanta with that dude for like 2 years of just picking up different things, like from business acumen to just with that booth. That dude is a fucking problem. And there's not enough respect put on that nigga name. Like, this is we're gonna go back to the Jay-Z shit. Like, that nigga was next up before Hove.
I hope y'all hearing what we talking about. This is the nephew, Rexx in Effect, chilling with Max B, Harlem Matriarch, chilling with Mase. I just want y'all to understand, like this royalty
crazy,
we got here, man. Listen up.
This shit crazy, GODBABY.
Facts.
Like, the nigga Mase is ill, bro. Like, and he's another nigga that didn't get to show you how ill he really is. Because, yeah, he got to show you hits.
He went crazy.
He got to show you he's a hit maker.
He go crazy.
But this nigga is ill, my boy. Like, I'm talking about right now. He'll flame some shit, bro.
He be doing that shit
on
camera.
He ain't on the track right now. He's fucking around and had the best verse, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because I fuck with that nigga, bro. Like, that nigga's a student of the game. Like, he really studied again. Like, when I'm in Atlanta, bro, this nigga got me writing every day. Like, nah, fuck that time. You gotta write a song every day. This how you really, I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Every day a nigga
You answered
writing.
my next question that I was gonna ask you. Like, from being around Mase, what did you learn? But that's a great response right there.
So
right
much,
every day.
bro. I learned so much on how to move when you got status.
Fine.
To like just different things, like just so much shit spiritually, bro. Like, bro, he's the perfect example of, yo, you could be yourself. And when you really be yourself, it don't matter how nobody else feel about it.
Message.
It don't matter how nobody else feel about it. People think that man is some type of fake because he's spiritual and he was blessed with musical talent. Yeah, it could be, it might seem hypocritical or he's a human. He's a man that's trying to better himself. Like, you know, understand? So it's just like, I don't think people understand that. Like, people think everything is black and white. Like, yo, if you choose to do this, then you can't do this.
And I like this part because it's like, right now, you know what I mean? Even half of the, you know, the build that we've been having so far, we showed a lot of love to people that have been doing anything. And I feel like that's just something that's missing out here. Like, we showing love to people that paved the way, showing love to people that did their thing. And I think that's what we missing as a culture, man. Pay respect, man.
Black people are the most controlled people on the planet. So, they always say this, look at the rock and roll niggas. Do niggas act like they're fucking bullshit? These
70,
niggas be old as fucking dirt, skin hanging off, hair blondish gray. But we like, fuck these old niggas.
Still getting booked.
Like, it's only cool in the black culture to disrespect your elders.
Crazy.
Or you want to take your elders out. In the streets, niggas want to take their elders out.
Look,
niggas
man,
don't want to work.
I don't want y'all to see this version of time yet.
Like,
we gonna get into that. Before we get into all the antics, man, I want, you know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna front. I'm a fan of your music. Always been. I listen to everything, man. And I just want you, you know, for the people that's watching my show, you know, all my people that rock with me, can you tell them some of your projects that's out there, some of your songs that, you know, still screaming, that people loved when you was coming up, and where they could find it so they could just get into them before we get into everything? What's some of your favorite music from yourself? We can start with that.
I think one of my most popular songs is Jet Ski. I got people that like hit me up to this day about that song. I have a album on streaming platforms called Love and Other Drugs.
Fire.
That joint is out. That joint is still on platforms. I've really honestly been in like a rebranding sort of thing, so I've kind of like pulled all of my shit off of platforms, all of that type of shit, to gear up to put out some new shit. But definitely, you could definitely stream Love and Other Drugs, Apple Music, Spotify, any of that type of shit. Jet Ski.
What the hell?
What was that other drink?
Favorite
drink called Vibe.
Vibe, yo.
Yeah, Vibe.
That's my favorite song, bro. I ain't even talking about
crazy.
Big Tyme. I'm talking like, you could ask all my people. Y'all know baby showers, all that. I done had that. You ain't got to be in the building. My man Scott in the building. He know I play that shit everywhere I go, bro. That's my shit. Vibes. Go look at that, y'all.
Everybody loves that song.
That's a
like
hit,
just
man.
that project.
That's a hit.
That whole vibe. Like that was wavy. That was wavy right there.
So if you could collab with any artist, you know what I mean? Dead or alive. I ain't even gonna Tupac. I bet. So
that was one of the questions you sent me, baby.
What would the song be about though? If you would collab with
the song would be
Time
about
and
killing
Tupac.
white people.
Killing white people? Oh yeah, we getting snatched off YouTube tonight. But you gotta bring that down, man.
When I say killing white people, I don't mean like regular white people. I mean like the top white people that control shit. Like it would be about taking back society. Like, you understand? Like people always say they want change, right? But then when you say shit like kill white people, niggas get nervous.
Yeah.
They killed us.
I got nervous fast. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, Tom, I'm trying to put this on YouTube on Sunday, man.
Right?
That's a fact.
By the groves. They still killing us right fucking now.
That happened.
That's why shit not gonna change, because black people scared to kill white people.
So what you think your verse would be, and what would you think Tupac would touch on in that verse? Cause that's I ain't gonna front out.
I want the Tupac that I do the song where I want him to be a spirit, so he can know all of the shit that already go on, and I want him to talk about how pussy niggas is for letting this shit be the way it is. Y'all niggas let them kill me. Y'all niggas let them kill Biggie. Y'all niggas is letting them tell y'all to sell this poison to y'all own community. I don't want Pac to bug out on niggas. Diss niggas that he don't like, that's still jacking his shit. All that. I want Pac to bug up on niggas.
And what's your verse gonna be like?
And my verse is gonna be about how black people are the chosen people and how we're being misguided because we're really the true people that's supposed to rule the world. And if you think about how old the earth is, we've been in control longer than our children, because white people are our children. And sometimes as a parent, you gotta beat your child's ass. That's what my verse would be about.
Yo, Tom, ladies and gentlemen. So,
baby.
Yo, if you gonna take it back to Harlem, man. We two Harlem guys in the building.
Yes, sir.
And you know this whole.
This nigga was a smooth nigga. Don't let all the school teacher shit and all that shit fool you. He was in the trenches and he was getting. I don't know. You got a lady right now? He's getting a lot of hoes. That boy, listen, man.
Look, man.
That boy Neely.
Listen.
LL Cool J, nigga.
So, thinking about Harlem, you know what I mean? We some Harlem guys. What advice? Because there's still a lot of dope Harlem artists doing their thing, and I ain't gonna front. You put me on to. He got the drink. Had some niggas in the system, and the niggas in the grave, and some niggas in the.
Sleazes?
I think. Phone on the rise around the day. I mean, damn, I forgot, man. I ain't gonna. But you put me on to some dope.
Dark skin?
I think so.
You talking about my son Sleaze? He from the East Side.
Yeah.
He a Harlem rapper, you saying?
He a Harlem rapper, and you posted him for a minute.
That's my son Sleaze.
I ain't gonna front, but you got a good ear, man. I think you could be running a label, and I ain't gonna front. I'm telling the truth, man. Like I'm here.
Artist development, all that.
I ain't jumping on this camera for no reason, man. Like I feel like I got some intuition in me too, and when I see you, I'm like, if it ain't gonna be, you know, making the music and running the shit, it's gonna be, you gotta select a few artists out here because you just got that type of ear. And when you put me on from just watching your stories, you might not even know it, but I downloaded Son shit, and then I start rocking with Son, and that's how it happens. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to Harlem artists coming up right now, what advice would you give to some of the independent dudes trying to break through in Harlem?
Tell them to get the fuck out of Harlem. Like, you gotta travel, and now it's not damn. This is real shit. This shit is this big. So you can take over this shit all you want. You gotta travel. You gotta do songs with artists that are on your level from other places. That's another thing that artists don't do. That's how you get bigger. So if you got 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, you reach out to an artist that's in Philly that got 5,000, 10,000 followers. You build a relationship with him. You go to Philly, he comes out here. You build a relationship with an artist in Texas. You go there. You start off that type of way. You build relationships with people in Florida. You build relationships with people in New Jersey. All of your surrounding area needs to know you. VA. Then, or even if you want to switch it to go to the primary cities, you got to build a relationship with some artists in Atlanta. You got to build a relationship with some artists in LA. And that's how you grow yourself. You're not going to just make it here.
That's true.
Unless you get signed by someone. Unless you get shit stirred up enough, and then you get signed by somebody. But it's fucked up because the shit that gets the most attention is the negative shit. So that's why you got 1,000 of these young drill niggas all fucking doing this stupid fucking Batman voice. Doing the same rap 452 times. All these niggas sound like a version of K-Flock. And it's still going to get some notoriety because they're saying some dead kid's name in the fucking song.
Crazy.
Like.
So, when it comes to music now, where you at with music now, and what's next for you? And we're going to jump into another segment.
So, as far as me with music, I kind of got to the point where it was like, I'm kind of like better than everybody. And at this point, like, I'm going to put out some music, but like, honestly, like, if niggas want to hear my music, niggas have to pay me, bro. Like, I'm not here to be like, first of all, I'm trying to get my dislikes up, so I don't give a fuck about nobody liking me. So I'm not about to be running around shaking niggas' hands and talking to people and all of that type of shit. Like, you feel me? When it comes to my new music and what I'm doing with my music, it's very high level. I was telling the homie, he asked me, like, what type of music you think you make? I make God tier level music. Like, my shit is God tier level.
You need that, too.
This shit is immaculate. But I just don't, I don't have the energy for the antics, man. Like, there's so many niggas that's hiding under different cloaks. Like, these niggas is trash, bro. All these niggas that's out in Harlem, besides the young niggas, all of the niggas that's like from my age and all these shit, these niggas is doodle, bro. Like, for real.
So
like,
what you say about the people that say the young niggas is whack because they only doing the drill and shoot them up?
But some of them
shit.
is not, and some of them are learning. So I can still see them grow. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a lot of the young homies, they're doing, they're dying. Yeah, that's true. A lot of the young niggas is dying. But I personally feel like I fuck with the young niggas' music more than the older niggas' music because a lot of the older niggas just keep doing the same shit and niggas is tired of hearing that shit. Like, and niggas don't have no feeling in their music, bro. Like, niggas want to just rap about money. Niggas want to rap about how fly they are. Niggas want to rap about bitches. Niggas don't even be having bars.
Right. But that's why another thing I wanted to ask you, because it's like, I ain't going front. Always, coming up, hearing everybody as a hip-hop head myself, you always had bars. You always had some consciousness to you. And you had a lot of, like, when you got on your fun shit, you went, like, super creative with it. So it's like, how come shit like that sometimes don't work as much, like the conscious hip hop, the creative hip hop, the like how I don't get that shit. I ain't gonna front, I be confused. I fuck with the rap too, and it's like I be confused why like how people ain't gonna be joining that. Like I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna say this live on camera right now. A nigga like you kind of like made me not want to fuck with rap because of how I'm gonna tell you how because how lyrical you was. How conscious you was, how creative you was, and not seeing everybody go crazy, As a nigga that write and want to get in the studio,
that's what I was just saying.
You
right?
kind of
like,
blew my shit because it's like nigga
like,
nigga threw his pen down a few nights. I'm like, wait,
doing this shit.
This
for
nigga
these
had
niggas
to.
is acting like yo. The niggas that they be choosing, I will run through them niggas, bro.
So why though? I want to get to that. Why? Why? Well, like how?
Because niggas
the fuck
choose
is going
niggas
on?
that's not a niggas is dick riders, bro.
Dang.
Niggas is dick riders, bro. And niggas be choosing the wrong dicks to ride, bro. Ride my shit, bro. I'm fire.
No Diddy.
More Diddy.
Oh man.
I ain't gonna lie, that's the shit I be doing in my chat. We be in the game chat, niggas be like, pause, no Diddy, more Diddy. You know how bitches be saying, yo, the game chat be wild gay. I don't know if you seen that what you call it, niggas
shit.
be in the game chat
shit.
bugging out on niggas. But nah, real shit, bro.
And see, now you said that. It's like, nigga, Meek Mill just said no Diddy gang.
I ain't gonna lie, I hate
and his sons got mad, though.
I hate Meek Mills, he's a cornball.
Wait, can we respectfully say no Diddy?
Can we respectfully say that Meek Mills shouldn't be saying that shit? We could say that shit, but Meek Mills can't say that shit. You wore a matching outfit with this nigga.
Yeah, it's quiet.
You was that nigga girlfriend for the day, bro. Fuck you
That's
mean
probably
no
why
Diddy, nigga.
his son put that emoji like.
Fuck you mean Diddy, no Diddy, nigga. You had on a Versace silk pajama suit with this nigga, nigga.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And he had you hopping up and down in the fucking hot tubs calling him daddy, nigga. Fuck is you talking? Or he was calling you daddy, nigga.
Oh, man.
Fuck is you talking about no Diddy, nigga? And he was looking wild weird while he was saying it too, like, cause he was saying it for no reason. Nobody asked you nothing.
Yeah, that was.
Nigga said no Diddy gang, nigga. You might as well said Diddy K, nigga.
I don't think we heard that one yet.
You should have said Diddy K.
A little discreet, you know what I mean?
What the fuck is wrong with
Let
that
niggas
nigga?
figure
Like,
it out.
Why did he say that though? Like, why, bro? Like, you that worried, insecure about your sexuality, my man? You're fucking famous, bro. You wasn't saying that when you was goofing around trying to play Diddy and Mase with the nigga wear the same clothes.
Crazy.
You wear the same clothes as that
see
nigga,
me,
bro.
man. I'm shaking my head, man. Oh,
You can't
man.
do that, bro. Niggas be, and then you want to know what's really scary? Because like with the Diddy shit, and I'm not I don't know what that man is guilty of. I don't know what the victims are.
Mm-hmm.
I give an opinion on that as well. That's gonna be fucking crazy. But I'm not trying to like say he didn't do something wrong or whatever the case is. But the shit that they're talking about is not, besides the abuse of Cassie.
Right.
What are they talking about? Baby oil, bro? 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That was the headline.
That's all they keep talking
Come
about.
on, bro. This shit is a fucking witch hunt, bro. It's not illegal to have sexual parties, bro. And then it's like no accountability to anyone when it comes to famous people. People could always say, oh, I did it because, they're so powerful. No, you did it because you're a dick sucker and you don't have no humility and you don't have no morals or principles.
Right.
So like when they be talking about women, I'm a victim blamer.
Uh-oh.
Like, I'm a victim blamer.
What that mean?
That means that if you're the victim, I blame you. First. Before I hear anything, my first reaction is that bitch is lying. Why? Because it's shit like, I seen a girl that tells a story about how she was at a Diddy party. You're nervous, you didn't want to drink, people was drinking, it's drugs. It's rich shit. They're in LA. You never seen fucking drugs before? Yeah, you know how much coke
Especially
I've
out
been around?
there.
You know how much coke I've been around?
Probably a lot.
You think I ever did a line?
Nope.
I didn't, because I didn't fucking want to.
Right.
I've been around bad bitches with coke on them. Like, come on, why you... Bitch, I'm not taking that shit. So why is it that when other people do it, they can't just say no? It's because they want to be down. Like, you'll have girls like, oh, I didn't... She said... They was coming to whoever they wanted to go in the house, they gave them white shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I didn't really want to go in, but I went. Why?
Why did you go? And we just trying to have comfortable
Where's the
conversations,
accountability?
y'all.
Like, where does the accountability
Right.
go? Like, where... Because I'm going to have... If we have kids, we're going to have sons, right? And we're going to have daughters, and we're going to want them to be accountable. We're not going to want our daughters putting themselves in dangerous predicaments where things can happen to them and where people may not believe them because of the stature of a person or things of that nature. And I just think that these is also some of the things that need to be kept in mind. Nobody was saying that. This nigga been talking about having parties since the fucking 90s, since I was a kid.
Everybody.
Now, they just switched on the nigga. Now he's a fucking rapist, but he likes watching his girl fuck other guys. So is he a rapist or is he a cuckold? Because a cuckold can't be a rapist. Why? Because that means his dick don't get hard for pussy. He need another dick to be in a room. So how you doing all this raping?
Crazy. And I ain't gonna front, as a criminal justice major myself, who got my degree in criminal justice, I always respect waiting for the court date.
Let's hear the real evidence.
I don't really like all the debates going back and forth because
but what's
it's like,
that called, Neely? What are they doing right now? Where are they demolishing him at?
His character,
the court of
they coming
public
at
opinion.
Public, all that.
So
making people sway
in all of
and
these
all that.
cases, what we seen them do is tear the people down, destroy your character. So now, if this shit go to trial, anybody that's one of the fucking jurors has heard. He already thinks this shit of you.
That's why they try to avoid.
How you change it?
They try to avoid jurors who's in the mix. If they see like, you're a hip hop artist, you're not gonna be on a you're not gonna be as a juror. You're not even gonna get selected. Even if you got selected,
right?
When they get your knowledge and they see who you are, oh, you're a hip hop artist. Out of here.
Oh, you mean like a fan, a hip hop fan, or
anybody? They gonna study you before you get selected to be a juror. If they see any type of shit in your, resume.
So why do they even publish any of the headlines that they publish if that's gonna have a negative impact on the person that's on trial?
I feel like that's media. That's what we doing right now. We doing it right now. You know what I mean? Whatever we talk about and put out there, it could sway people's opinion, and that's just journalism.
But
that's why Trump
purpose
got on that shit. We like he ain't fucking with journalism.
But they do it on purpose.
Of course.
So it's like, if you want to make me look guilty, then I'm guilty. Because once all of this shit come out, he guilty. They got niggas that been listening to Diddy for 30 years saying, no Diddy, bro.
Crazy.
How's he come back? Even if he comes out, he's destroyed. He'll never be... How's he going to be how he was before?
It ain't going to come back. They say you got to have...
He going to have to come through and spank shit. He going to have to come through on 1990 bad boy shit.
Do you think he had loose screws? Because they say to get into the industry and get to that level, you got to have a few screws loose. Do you think that's true?
What they mean by that?
Like, just be down to, lose yourself. Be down to, like...
Nah, that's some no Diddy shit, bro.
See?
What the fuck you talking about?
I don't know. But this is something, so before you came, I'm going to tell you. Before you came on an interview, I was looking at some shit,
you talking about selling your soul?
Whatever you want to call it. I just say people, from what I was researching, they say to get to that level, like that level, you got to be willing to, like, you can't just be on I'm with Malcolm X, I'm cool, and when you trying to, those kind of people is not making it. That's what I'm saying, that I seen. They say if you on that type of shit, you want to save your community, you want to do all that. You know, I mean, we got Kendrick and Cole.
So we're talking about selling your soul. Because basically...
Because we got Kendrick and Cole, that's the only two names. But how is it only two names in 2025,
what
bro?
What do niggas do? Why is Cole the name? What does Cole do that's so impactful?
He don't talk about none of the dumb shit.
Yes, he does.
I know he got a few songs.
No, he got a lot of them. And those are the songs that actually catch flight with him. Like when he did that song about... Didn't he do a song about drinking my cup too? He did a song where he was talking about... It was a song of... Damn...
First thing he did was
It was a song recently, like maybe like 2 years ago.
No, I ain't gonna front. He do got those kind of songs.
Because even with Kendrick, why you baby saying over 2 or 3 shots? Let me tell you how to talk. You talking about the same shit these niggas talking about. You just did it in a creative
way, right?
Your homies is dying in the hood. Your Pyru. What the fuck are we talking about?
So then I mean,
J. Cole is that nigga's a facade.
So but if you take Cole and J. Cole out of it, based on what you're saying, that means there's no room for nobody doing anything. Those are the only two names that get mentioned. So now if you prove that they one of the other kind too, then there's nobody there.
They do it, but what I'm saying is it's just like with Cole, he been doing a lot of popular shit lately. He been fucking with a lot of popular people lately. And what I'm saying is he's not anti-industry.
So there's no room for a nigga that's anti-industry.
Kendrick is more anti-industry, but still he's not anti-industry inside the fucking Interscope.
Right.
Ain't no anti-industry when you at that level. No.
So that's what I'm saying. You laughed in the beginning like what he's saying, but it's like basically that's what they saying. If you're not willing to bend a little bit and twist a little bit, you're not coming up. That's what I'm trying to get to. There's no room for a nigga that's just like, yo, I ain't on none of that shit. I'm God-body, and bro. I'm just on my trying to uplift my people.
They're gonna go with whatever the people.
What do the people like now? Let's talk about that.
The people like what they told to like, bro. The people are sheep.
So that's the problem then.
That's the problem. And the system, the powers that be have control over the system. So you're never going to get people to like more shit when it's this cool thing. So niggas only like what's cool. And negative frequency shit is the only shit that's cool. It's just like women. Like, why is it not cool to be a lady anymore? Every picture of bitches is bent over with their asses out.
Twerking.
Titties everywhere, twerking for no fucking reason. And then looking at the camera like, oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, I just whored out. What the fuck is wrong with these people, bro?
Is that the BBL movement?
Nah, that's the feminism, women's rights movement.
So what's your take on girls saying, a woman saying males is becoming the new woman and we... You know what I mean? Women becoming the men. Like, what's happening now with that?
I mean, it's true and it makes sense because if women are becoming more masculine, right, in the relationship, in the vibe, women are becoming more masculine. It's like we push each other to do certain things. So you have, if a woman fucks with a weak man, then she might have got, or if a woman is put in certain circumstances, she has to go into her masculine, right? She has to be more independent. She has to be more strong. She has to do certain things. When a man, first of all, I thought we were supposed to be in touch with our feminine side, but I guess that was some shit from the early 2000s. So now they don't want niggas to be in touch with their feminine side, right? This is what niggas used to get told before,
Do you
right?
not want that?
You're not in touch with your feminine side, right? You feel like everything hardcore. When a nigga being too hard, it's like, yo, you gotta get in touch with your feminine side, right? But then now it's this thing where are men becoming women or more feminine? No, these bitches just don't have no fucking respect for men. So now they can challenge our sexuality when we're actually trying to compromise. If we're having a conversation and our opinions don't match, and now that becomes a challenge. It's not that I'm challenging you, but the challenge comes because it turns into a debate. We're not agreeing, right?
Right.
So now we're debating points. But only when you debate with a woman, you're sassy.
Crazy.
So do you want me to communicate or you don't want me to communicate?
Shit's confusing.
Because you're only sassy if you're not agreeing. Right?
Yeah.
Because they said if you argue with a woman...
With other guys, like, even I ain't gonna front, I got mad the other day. I'm doing my podcast thing, and they said a whole bunch of niggas talking on the podcast is sassy.
That's sassy.
And we just communicate. They say niggas don't communicate enough.
Speaking is sassy. What's sassy about speaking? Having an opinion is sassy.
Nope.
Women have been talking about men giving their opinion on men for my entire life. Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, Wendy. Oprah, Jada.
Mm-hmm.
The list goes on.
The list goes on. That's a
Women
fact.
have been telling men how they feel forever.
So did the internet
This
make
is
this
a
shit
new
weird?
thing for women to hear how men feel.
Yeah.
It's just like how a fat guy to a fat girl, right? A fat guy versus a fat girl. Don't call her fat. That's body shaming.
Right.
But a bitch in a 10 seconds to say, oh, I don't want no short fat guy.
Ain't nobody shaming in that.
Ain't no motherfucker body shaming than that. I don't want no guy with no little dick. Right? But if a nigga be like, I don't want no bitch with no stomach. With that little fupa hanging around.
They treat them a little different.
Oh, you're not a real man. What you think about the election? You voted for Trump?
Man, no, I ain't vote for no fucking Trump, man.
You ain't vote for Kamala?
I did, I did vote for Kamala.
You voted for somebody that's pro-prostitute?
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
She
I don't
brought
really rock with politics as much, but
you felt like you had to vote for her though?
I did.
Wow.
Shout out to the Q, shout out to Divine Nine, you know what I mean?
Oh, they would have fucked you up.
None of that, man. I'm a part of the Divine Nine, so the fact that...
They done heard about you voting for Trump, nigga. They'd be like, nah, nigga, what you doing?
She's part of the family, man, so...
Okay, that's what's
I feel like at the end of the day, no matter what the world say or how they try to sway it, she would have did something.
What do you think about her campaign?
To the best of her ability. She could have done better, all the performances and all that, like...
A lot of antics.
That's why, I don't get into the politics.
But that's not our fault. We can blame this election on women. The women didn't do what they were supposed to do.
They gonna come at you, man. I got some women that watch the show.
I'm here to get my dislikes up.
They gonna come at you,
bro,
man.
I came here to get my dislikes up.
So what's your ideal woman right now? Something that you would marry. Type of girl that you would marry right now. Cause I know they want to know that.
Oh, the type of girl that I would. It's simple.
That you would marry, make a.
It's very
baby,
simple. It's very simple. I would want a woman that has no problem with being a lady and doing things that women do. That has respect for men, because that's the most important part. She has to have respect for a man. A lot of women, for whatever reason, they may not have had their father. They didn't have a positive male role model. They don't have no respect for us, bro. Like, for real. They don't have no respect for us. So, basically, I would want her to be respectful. I want her to have respect for herself, respect for me, and a person who knows how to communicate. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. Men just want respect, bro. We don't want nothing crazy, bro.
And look, you ain't saying none of
that shit. It's not about no body size, about none of that shit, bro.
Yeah, you ain't saying none of those things.
It's not about none of that shit, bro. Like, you feel me? And then it's not even about, like, on some controlling, because this shit has gotten us weak to where it used to be a point in time where a woman would take pride in the fact that a man didn't want her to, like, show herself off or seem like a whore, right? Now, you'll get shamed for that shit. So now it's like, I remember it was a point in time, like, where it was becoming, like, in 2015, 2014, it was like, well, if you're a guy and you feel some kind of way about your girl dressing a certain way, then that means, like, you're insecure. Mm-hmm. So I always felt like, nigga, I'm not no insecure nigga. So my new rhetoric was, this bitch could walk around in a G-string. If she with me, I don't care. She's just gonna make me look better. Like, I'm gonna let her do what she do. I never been a tender nigga or, like, worried about how, we roll with the punches. But all in all, I would still have those feelings. Right. Like, like, damn, like this. Some of the things that I feel like women want to do and still get the same respect is like, it's beyond hypocritical and beyond delusional. It's beyond delusional. You have women shaking their ass and then posting their kid. They have no respect for themselves. And I want to say this, it's not your fault, ladies. You've been programmed and you fell for the programming. Social media was a programming. I watched it happen. Yeah. There was a point in time where women didn't want to be seen in that way, that light. When that light got shed on you, it made you had to rewire. A girl's, fuck a picture getting leaked. I remember in high school, if it was a rumor that she fucked me and you probably wouldn't see her for the month. You might not see her for the month. She might switch schools.
I remember when you take their phone, they are like.
And you know what women empowerment is? You know what women empowerment is? Oh, they're sex shaming her. Why she can't have sex with two men? We're two friends though. Would you want your daughter to do it? Yes, I would. I want her to have the option to be able to do it. Why?
So, if somebody asks you if you respect women, what would you say?
No, this is a better question. If somebody asks someone else, do I respect women, what would they say? They would say, no, I hate women. I had a woman.
But you come from being raised by a strong woman.
I had a chick right now. I like her too. And she's from North Carolina. And I think that like the girl that I'm looking for is not from New York. And she was like, yo, like, she asked me before, she was like, yo, why do you be, like, some of the stuff you say is just crazy, like, you're mad sweet, like, I'm giving her a compliment. She like, but I'm just, like, kind of scared of you, like, like, so I'm telling her, like, a lot of the things I say is a response to the things I see, and not so much about how I feel about the woman in my life. It's how I feel about the perception of women that I have synthesized through watching the shit that I see on social media, the things that I see women saying, that they're okay with saying. Women is on Facebook talking about they want to suck dick tonight. Like, bro, this shit is crazy. I don't want my mother doing no shit like that, bro. Right. Bro, my mother is very voluptuous. She's 53 years old. She's super duper pretty as fuck. Like, bad as fuck, nigga. Imagine my mom's just out here shaking her ass online and shit, bro.
That's why I wanted to ask you that question. As a man that comes from a woman.
Fucking niggas' moms, bro. Like, what the fuck do people want for it? And they want us to be okay with this shit, bro.
We gonna put an end to that.
I'm not okay with this shit, bro.
We going to the studio, man. Y'all tell Tom in the comments, man. We gonna make a woman empowerment.
I just was dealing with a girl, right? And yo, bro, this shit is weird to me because it be like levels of delusion. Now, granted, she was a bit younger than me, right? And she used to be a stripper, and she does OnlyFans. Cool, right? But she's telling me, because I feel like sometimes when certain men get around certain women, it makes them want to be good. So she's seeing me pray. She probably never seen a man pray before. And she's telling me, like, asking me questions about Islam. And she's telling me, like, how she wants to be covered up. And, like, you know, she's a stripper. She knows what this shit is going on. She know what her body getting used for. It's a struggle she's having, but this is how she getting her bread. Now, as we talking, she not really stripping and shit like that. Like, she telling me she don't really want to do this shit, yada, yada, whatever the case is. This is a long story short. One day, now this is not my girl, you're not my girl, but we fucking around, like, you feel me? So one day, she tells me, shorty hits me up, like, oh yeah, I'm going to this Halloween party. I'm about to go, it's some guys that used to come to my club. So I'm like, huh? Like, wait, so you're about to go to a Halloween party with niggas that used to throw money on you?
Crazy.
Oh, no, they never really used to throw money. Made like supporters. I'm like, okay. Now, I'm not the type of nigga, you're not my girl. I'm not about to tell you, don't do something, right? Mm-hmm. But she could hear my disdain, and then it turned into this thing where it was like, she's like, you always have something to say. I'm like, you want me to give you kudos? Like, she's so delusional, she don't even see a problem with it. Now, granted, I think these guys paid her one time to do like a promo video. So now she thinks they're her fucking colleagues. Mind you, you know how I met the bitch and wound up knocking her down? Because I booked her for an event.
Crazy.
So they don't see it. Like, they don't see it. I birthed, and then they'll be mad at you for seeing it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, you don't want that shit you be asking about. That shit you be talking about, you don't really want that shit, bro. Like,
this topic goes deep, man, when
bro,
it comes down to the woman.
Sad, man. Bro.
That's
and
why that's why I wanted to bring you up here, because I ain't gonna front. Looking at your Facebook
some of them
and some
get
of your
it.
comments, bro.
Right, you would think, yo, this nigga hates
But that's the thing.
Like,
well, no, because when I do see some of the drinks that you got that go viral on some trolling shit,
yeah, I be
there's
trolling.
A lot of women that be kind of backing some of the shit you saying too.
Yo, bro,
so
I'm a troll. Like, nothing that you see on my social media is how I love my mother.
And that's why I want to bring you up here, because I'm like, yo, you a conscious dude. You know what's going on. But I get a lot of your takes too, and I hope that, you know what I mean, the people respect it. But before we get out of here, we're going to end, you know what I mean, talking about the black male and talking about the street culture, because I don't know if you know, but a lot of the shit that I do, you know, on here, on the net, it's always geared towards, like, you know what I mean, just everything that we've been through growing up in the streets, and how we could, you know what I mean, push the youth a little forward.
And before we even get into that, bro, I just want to commend you, man, for staying on your path and not being deterred by the bullshit. Like, you know, it's not, sometimes it's not cool to do what's right.
Yeah.
And I just always feel like you kept that path and you stayed consistent on that path. And you're a perfect example. You're showing these young dudes there's other ways to do things. Like, you don't have to do it that route. And you're not, nothing about you is uncool.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You still a black man. Like, you don't have to be all of this bullshit.
It's actually a setback.
Yo, bro, it's a big setback, man. And this shit is sad.
That's why I wanted to get into that, you know, before we get out of here, because it's like, I asked you something off camera earlier, and I was like, damn, bro, I'm trying to figure out what's not cool about it. Because when I played a game, actually, with myself, and I'm like, yo, fuck it. College was the only opportunity I had. So I wondered what would happen if I go and I take full advantage of it, pass all my classes, you know, do everything that everybody not really doing. You know, everybody was saying, oh, niggas get a degree and don't work in the field. So I chose everything to make sure I get a degree. I work in the field. As soon as I finish, I get a job. And I ain't gonna front. I used everybody's negative comments and turned it into, like, positivity, as far as, like, all right, yes, I said they don't get a job in their field, so let me choose a field that get a job as soon as I get out. And as soon as I got out, got a job, paid the rent, had the beam, paid the car note. And then it's been up ever since. So I'm like, damn, I'm still waiting for the shit to fail. And it ain't failing. So I'm like, wait, why the fuck they try to make it seem like this is not wavy? going on. I just had my 33rd birthday, and I'm still waiting for this shit to fuck up. And I'm like, y'all niggas lied, man. This shit is peaceful as a motherfucker, bro.
Niggas is dead. You having your 33rd. And I don't mean that shit on no funny shit.
Nah, for real.
But this shit is real shit, bro. Like, you feel me?
That's why I want to say that shit.
Great hairs in my bed. Inshallah, Allah Akbar. I'm blessed to be able to have that shit. Alhamdulillah. Like,
real.
I'm blessed to be able to have gray in my bed. Like, the shit that niggas... Only in the black community is it like a curse to fucking get old, bro.
Yeah,
I got friends that died when they was 15, bro.
For real.
I got friends that died when they was 17, bro.
Like, or niggas that skipped their whole teenage 20s, all that came back 30 piece.
Come on, bro.
So, like, they got a famous line out there, you know what I mean? A lot of artists, a lot of different people saying the same thing, man. Streets is a myth. Streets is dead. What's your opinion on that? Is the streets dead, especially with Trump being in office and saying all this shit? How is the streets dead
when it's still taking the lives of our youth?
So will it ever die? Is it any go? If it, bro, KRS-One and all of them dudes was talking about all of that shit then, and the effects are still happening now.
But
will it ever be a change?
Who changed it from going in the direction that KRS-One and those type of rappers wanted it to go?
Industry, record labels.
Right, record labels. Who specifically?
But I'm saying for our people.
Here, let me whisper it to you because I don't want you to get being. So, at some point, right, in the 90s, we had positive artists. We had Will Smith. We had KRS-Ones.
Brand Nubian.
Run DMC, Brand Nubian, Tribe Called Quest, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte.
Yeah.
Tretch was gangster, but he wasn't talking about selling drugs and killing people.
And they still had high level skill.
And they had high level skill.
I'm saying, at what point, you talked about the word accountability earlier, at what point do we look at ourselves and be like, y'all still gonna keep falling for this mass media shit?
Bro,
because they said it's popular? But these are our kids, though. These 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds.
Are they? They're children of the world. That's another problem with black people.
But I'm saying, that's what I want to get into. These are still, this young black kid from the Bronx, Harlem, Brooklyn, they still have a mother and father who's 40 or 30 years old, bro.
Who's raising them more? The parents or the shit they see?
But why? How is you letting your kids
forever
be raised?
It's been like that. Because parents is at work. How many hours are you really with your kids?
That's true.
You got to work for 8 hours. They're in school for 8 hours. You got to come home and feed them.
And to go to sleep and do it again.
So how many hours are you really rearing your kids?
That's why I became a teacher. Because now you need a substitute in that shit. Like, I'm in the classroom, like, yo.
Teachers is with the kids more than the fucking parents.
That's why I did it,
bro. I knew how to read before I went to school.
Parents?
Great-grandmother. Not my grandmother, my great-grandmother. My great-great-grandmother picked cotton as a child, as a free woman, and her mother was a slave. My last name is David's son. That means a nigga named David owned my family. You feel me? So, I say that to say this. Niggas gotta be more hands-on in their children's learning. A school didn't make me what I am right now.
Family.
My family made this.
Yo.
My aunt had leather-bound books. Edgar Allan Poe, nigga. I was memorizing Edgar Allan Poe in the 3rd grade because I never seen a leather book that wasn't the Bible, nigga. As a kid, that's what made me interested in book. I seen these leather books and I'm like, I thought only the Bible looked like this. What the fuck is these shits? It's fucking 1st edition Edgar Allan Poe books. But it's a lot of opportunity that a lot of kids don't have because they're going to be trapped in the glass ceiling of their predecessors.
Right.
And then, like I said, bro, the most important thing is the programming. So with that being said, we have to understand the English language and understand what this shit is. They called TV programs. It's to program you. This is a computer and that's software.
Solution.
Everything you're downloading, everything you're perceiving is adjusting your operating system and how you operate and what you think. So if you're listening to fucking shoot 'em up, kill 'em, bang bang slide shit all fucking day, right? And all you want to do is smoke weed and fucking pop pills. Mm-hmm. Where you going? Your parents could be whatever they want to be, but you listen to Uzi more than you listen to your parents.
Right.
You listen to Uzi 12 hours a day. What lessons is your father telling you? The shit my pops could tell me right now is still more powerful than anything else, something a fucking rapper could say.
Still.
Like, nigga, I know I'm around real men. These niggas don't, like, I was around real men. Niggas that really been through shit. Like.
And it's like, so.
And my mother, too. Like, my mother had a fucking rough life.
Her parents,
her mother was a crackhead. Her mother died. She had to raise me on her own. Like, as far as not having a support system besides my father's family. Mm-hmm. I watched my mom's from no high school diploma get a fucking master's, doctorates, all this type of shit.
Salute to Mama Love.
Like, what?
Salute.
If she would have put it like this, that's another reason with college. I dropped out of college. I just didn't understand. I didn't know what I was really doing there. I didn't have no family that was in college. I didn't really know anybody that went to college. So I really didn't get the full grasp of the importance. If my mother would have been a college graduate before I went to college, I would have graduated college. And that's not blaming her.
That's true.
But it's what I would have seen. I didn't know that it was important because I didn't see anybody else have it and they were successful. So I didn't understand why I needed it. And then I had other aspirations that was interfering with that as well. But from the ages of 18 to 22, what are you doing, young people, that's so exclusive and so elusive that you can't spend 4 years in college from 18 to 22? Young people, let me tell you something right now.
There you go.
There's nothing that you're going to be doing between 18 and 22 that's going to stop you from going to college. There's nothing that you're going to be doing between those years that should stop you from going to college unless you're making a full income. If you're not making $50,000 a year, which I know some of y'all that live these big balleristic lives think that that's a little bit of money, but this is under 10% of the men in America make. So if you're not doing that, if you're not making $50,000 to $100,000 a year between 18 and 22, go to college. It'll be the difference between you getting a start-off job and being able to be a manager somewhere.
And look.
This nigga's a perfect fucking example. He got all the shit all the mother niggas got. His credit is fucking immaculate. And he's actually doing something positive with his life. His karma for what he does, a lot of people don't think about what they're really contributing. Mm-hmm. A lot of motherfuckers think they're bosses because they got a lot. A boss is about the people around you. You're not a boss because you have it. You're a boss when you give it to others. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck if you made $1 million. How many millionaires you made? Mm-hmm. That's what makes you a boss. A boss has employees that they paying your entire life. Like, when you work for a company, right, that money that you make through the years is how you survive, right? Mm-hmm. So a boss is a person that can help you survive.
Yeah. And your family, too.
Like, niggas crazy. Get that bullshit misconstrued. That's like these women with all this, I'm a boss. So give me that bread then. Because the boss pay for shit.
All the time.
So why when a woman say she a boss, she don't want to pay for shit? You a boss babe, right? Boss up.
Yo, look, right? Man. I want to take this time out to, salute you for your journey. You know what I mean? For everything you've been doing with your music, with your lifestyle, and I want to, thank you for coming through, but also, you know what I mean, push you to keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? Put out some more music, get your voice out there more, because I know that all of y'all that been watching, man, y'all see it. This guy got a lot of wisdom, and you're not done yet. You know what I mean? You're not done yet. You know what I mean?
So, you, bro, I really appreciate you for bringing me to your platform,
thank you,
bro.
Man.
And once again, I feel the same way about you, bro. Motivation, your consistency. We were just talking about that consistency, man. And you always been a consistent person, consistent in your journey. I think that you're definitely a pillar for the community, for the youth to look at as a person, bro. This boy been in the trenches just like the rest of us been in the trenches. He dodged the same obstacles that all of us dodged. He could have took the other way. We both could have been dead. We both been on enough scenes to where we could have been dead. Mm-hmm. And we wasn't never the niggas that wanted to do all of the extra shit, and we still could have died. That's how treacherous this shit get, bro. I had my mom's ask me one time, I don't want to take up too much time, but I had my mom tell me one time, she said, yo, the streets made you cold. She said, why you so cold, son? I'm like, what you mean? She's just like, you just so hard, so hardened. Like, you wasn't like this.
It happens.
And I'm like, damn. Like,
coming from your mom, that's like, yo, bro, that shit had me just now. Like,
I used to walk certain places and like, to somebody else, bro, I'm like fucking Larry Hoover, bro. just from my stature.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You got that
I don't
energy
think
with you.
black men realize like how detrimental our images can be to us. So like, you got a lot of young men that, you know, they just want to look like thugs all day,
Mm-hmm.
and then they attract thug shit from the women to the police, the street shit. Like, niggas don't want to wear a suit. Niggas don't want to, like,
But that's, yeah.
it's other ways. It's like the thing, like you went to that shit you said about what's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The thing, we have to change the narrative on what's cool.
There you go.
Like, we got to change the narrative.
We're
on
going to
this
change
shit,
the narrative
man.
for what's cool.
We need to change the narrative on what's
And
cool.
let's end with you just giving them, you know what I mean, some insight in one sentence, you know what I mean? Let's end with one sentence.
A great man once told me, in order to have authority, you must be under authority. And that right there, if you think about that sentence and you analyze that sentence, that tells you everything you need to know. So in order to have authority, you got to be under authority.
There you have it.
Nearly. Love you, my boy.
Love you too, man.